Hey guys, what up? It's Neace. So I wanted to do a video for you guys, long overdue video. People that have been with me for a while or been subs to my channel know that I don't really like to put out content unless I know kind of what I'm talking about. It's why my guides are very scarce. It's why my information is very scarce because quite frankly, if I'm being honest, when I put stuff out, if I feel like it's shit, then I don't want it to be out there, and that's why I don't really do like the daily like I'm gonna put this champion out or that thing out or whatever. But I've been thinking a lot recently about season 9 ranked and how it's just a little fruity. It's a little weird. So this video is going to be explaining why season 9 ranked feels bad, man, and explaining the weirdness in that and hopefully how to fix it. For a lot of you guys, I've been getting a lot of coaching clients that have come back to me a year or so later talking about how this season has made them not enjoy ranked very much. Specifically more towards the guys that have really improved from the coaching to now. A lot of players in like Platinum and Diamond, but there's been some guys in lower ELO as well who've said that ranks just feel off. It feels like people aren't putting in a very good effort. It feels like the games are kind of wonky. It feels like the matchmaking is is in a weird space, right? I'm going to talk about why that is, the changes that Riot enacted to make that way, and what's causing that perception. And hopefully by the end of this video, you know, I can, in one street, I want to help you guys understand it. And on the other side, just offer some feedback. Maybe someone at Riot picks it up. Maybe someone at Riot cares. Sometimes my content circulates in places that I wouldn't expect it to. So who knows? Anyways, let's get right into it. Ranked is weird, man. It's weird. There's been a lot of talk about, especially in higher ELO, people having negative win rates and still being in high ELO. The beginning of the season, a lot of people were basically put into places that they shouldn't have been, and even with Riot kind of trying to fight back and combat that later, like a few months after the rank changes had went live, it's still kind of messed up now. So I got to start with what I call Black Friday. All right, season 9 Black Friday, to explain this whole mix-up. Basically what happened was season 9 came out. Riot said, you know what, we're going to make some new shit. We're going to make some new tiers. We're going to make some new, we're going to make some changes. We're going to add positional ranked. And what wound up happening is everyone flooded into ranked as soon as the season went live, like they always do. And they had to populate these new tiers and these new places. And the positional rankings were in play as well. And so what you had is Black Friday. For those who aren't from the well, actually I don't know if there's Black Friday in other parts of the world or not, but in the US it's a big deal, right? People line up outside of stores, they try to get their hands on the deals right as the stores open up, and it's kind of chaotic and it's kind of crazy, and that is the best analogy that I could come up with for how people had achieved the rankings that they did. A lot of people achieving rankings higher than they should have ever been because of this Black Friday shit that had happened when season 9 came out. A combination of positional rankings, new ranks, new season, new nonsense. A lot of big changes went out, and I don't think Riot necessarily were I don't think the algorithm really was stable quite yet, and I think this period was more of a beta period for them to figure out what the fuck was going on, and as a result, it's really screwed with ranking, and those effects are still felt today. So let's talk about all the changes, right? We've got positional rankings. We talked about Iron and Grandmaster tiers. We talked about, what we didn't talk about is remove the 5th division, no Bronze 5, no Silver 5, no Diamond 5, whatever. Now, what was the goal of this? From Riot's perspective, is to reduce the ranked anxiety for the casual player, right? Most people felt kind of shitty about ranked and playing it. Even today, a lot of people feel pretty shitty about playing ranked. Oftentimes, if you go to things like Summoner School, a lot of the coaching clients that I get, it's people that they want to be good at the game and they want to learn. But for a lot of people, they just don't play enough. They don't play enough, and when people were trying to play, they didn't see the results right away. So Riot is really trying to reduce that ranked anxiety and to put value back into the ranked system to get people grinding it again. So positional rankings came into play. A lot of people said that, well, when people are autofilled, they don't try, yada, yada, yada. So we're going to add that. We're going to add Iron and Grandmaster tier. We're going to get rid of the Bronze stigma, maybe make some people feel better about themselves, even though between us, not really sure how adding Iron really helped. And I'm not really sure if I was in Iron, I would feel any better. But anyways, I think there's a lot less Iron players than there are Bronze players. So maybe they're just like, some of you idiots. At least there's less idiots. Like, I don't fucking know. All these things were designed so that if you logged into Ranked right away, you felt better because you were probably going to be higher than you were, and you were going to climb faster with the rank distribution being spread out in a different way. You were going to feel those impacts of like, oh, I improved a little bit, and I'm seeing my rank go up in a short amount of games. That's what it did. So why did positional ranking fail? We got to talk about that because Riot undid that, right? They took the positional ranking. They're like, well, if you queue and you get, mid, and if you queue for mid and you get bot lane, we're going to have different rankings. That, they scrapped it. So keep in mind, if you're keeping track, we did this new rank system. We added these new divisions. We said there was going to be positional ranking, then we dumped that shit. So you're seeing that there's all these little changes that were brought in that is making the ladder as it stands currently really fucking weird. All right? And the reason that positional ranking failed is because people suck. All right, the idea was actually not that bad, and spoiler alert, my feelings on the ranked ladder right now is that it's not really that bad. It's just that people kind of suck, and so the idea was, well, if you got your off roll, we're not going to hit you as hard on your LP, and you're going to be facing people that are lower skill. Well, what wound up happening? People just fucking tried less, and the game quality sucked for people just across the board. Positional ranking, people would just go, well, it's not my main role. Fuck you, and then they wouldn't try. Riot eventually, they just nixed it, which I imagine really sucked for their team, but people kind of stink. And, you also, you didn't lose LP, really, off-rolling. I think I said that. Yeah. So, what did skip the step. What did all this do? All right, what did all these changes do? We got positional ranking. We've got the different tiers. We've got the whole product, everything that happened. Basically, what did it do? It made the queue times feel a lot shorter. And it did this thing here, which I think is very important, the placebo effect. The average player felt better for doing nothing. This is a common tactic in gaming right now. All you have to do is look at Fortnite and my complaints with that game. I'm used to it. I'm old. I'm 30 now. I'm getting way too old for this gaming shit. But this is what game developers are doing more and more. As the attention span of the average gamer gets shorter, we've constantly got to make people feel better about themselves, even if they're shitbags and they don't really try that hard. I mean, really. So this system was basically put into place. So no matter where you were on the ladder, except for the tip-top guys, you were going to feel pretty damn good going into this ranked season. All right? You were going to feel pretty good about yourself, even if you didn't really do anything, even if you didn't really get better. You were going to feel the effects of, I've improved. My rank went up. I'm not where I was before. Now, of course, this, with the inflating ego inflation, all those things, that placebo effect, this is going to increase the grind because the rank distribution is wider, so more people are in different tiers and divisions that they were, especially in the upper divisions, right? That grind is going to be bigger, and there's going to be more RNG with the matchmaking, which is why the queue times feel shorter. Queue times being lower is a good thing, especially in the lower levels, because the skill gap isn't that wide. But the higher up you go, the wider the skill gap will get, and those shorter queue times impact RNG, and that's why people say the ladder feels like a fucking coin flip all the time. It's because people just are where they shouldn't be all over the board, and the ladder hasn't really stabilized yet. And it's still going to take some time, and that's why the upper ladder game quality feels low. Okay? You with me? That's the truth. So right now, you have a bunch of people that are higher than they should be because of a lot of the changes that Riot put into place. in part because their changes weren't really thought out in their entirety. But the other reason is because people just kind of suck and they don't try very hard. And when you give them a trinket, when you give them a cookie for doing nothing, that's why people feel like they quit more often, they give up more often. There's another issue that I really want to talk about before going forward, and that is the MMR disparity. I didn't make a slide for this, but it is very important. There is an MMR issue where if you take an account and you haven't used it for years, or you do a transfer from another server, same thing, and you haven't used it for years. I have accounts that are Challenger, Master, MMR right now that I haven't logged into in years. And if I log into them right now, I retain the same MMR without having played at all. Think about it. Years. Patches, changes, seasons, years. All this time, I'm still retaining Master, Challenger, MMR, which means by the end of the season, if I log into that account and I shoot for high elo, I'm immediately going to be placing into higher elo games. And all I have to do is break even, just barely go around 50%, and guess where I'll wind up at the end of the season? High elo. This is a problem. I'm going to take advantage of it because it's there, but it is a problem and it needs to be fixed. And it explains a lot why in random games, you'll have a guy that has no match history. He's in your game. He's got the same MMR as you, but he hasn't played in literal... This isn't an exaggeration. I did this on stream. There's people that will be in my comment section that will verify they saw this on stream. I logged into an account. I thought it was a Lobby account. It was actually a high-rated account from a previous 2 years ago, and I was immediately thrown into Diamond and Master games. Everybody in my lobby was Diamond and Master. I hadn't played on the account in years. I thought it was actually like a gold account. So that's fucked up, right? Like, that's broken. And I'm going to take advantage of that at the end of season. People always ask, will you do high elo? That is the plan. Why wouldn't it be? So I'm telling you all this for the purposes of obviously explaining it, but it's one of the things that we have to talk about when we talk about how the fuck do we fix Season 9 ranked? Or at least in my opinion, how we fix it. Overall, if people think that I'm just aggro and antagonistic, I actually think the meta is not that bad for this game. And I actually think the game's quite fun. I think it all goes back to people kind of sucking and the ranked system not having value to a lot of people. So, first things first, obviously time, right? This is a new season. It's new shit. People need time to demote. If I was working at Riot offices, I'm sure if I pitched this to them, they'd be like, well, dude, it's a new fucking thing. You know, we just pooped it out and we have to, we have to let it settle. We have to make little tweaks and adjustments and let it simmer. Fine. That's okay. But MMR should not be retained for years. That's bullshit. It shouldn't even be retained for more than 3 months. It's completely exploitable, ruins the ladder. It makes it so that at any time someone can come into your game that there's no proof they belong in that game. I know for a fact that I don't necessarily, if I play Xerath right now in a high elo game, I don't belong at that elo. That's why I'm working my way through, as shitty as the climb is, I'm working my way through Diamond with a new champion and a new playstyle. So that I can, say with confidence, okay, if I play on this, I know that it's I deserve it, right? You shouldn't be able to just jump in years later on an account that's super old and be playing with people that have worked their butt off all season. I mean, it's just bullshit. It undermines the time spent, and the people that get matched with that person, they're fucked over. That's unfair. And it's a waste of time. And honestly, a lot of ranked is about just reducing that feeling of like, well, why am I wasting my time? Right? That's how you fix ranked. That's why anxiety happens, especially for the higher tiers. Obviously, lower tier guys know the feeling just as much as we do. But in general, yeah, that's how I'd fix that. Remove Black Friday next year. Now, I don't really know the under the hood fix for this. I don't know. I mean, I know spots had to be filled. I know that. And I know that they did. For people that are going to try to correct me, like I know that they lowered people's ranks. But if this MMR discussion is any indication, I would be willing to bet a good chunk of money that they didn't actually change the MMR. Just a little icon. Right, just the LP. Which brings me to my next point. Merge the LP and the MMR. Why in the fuck are they the same? Really, though? Or why aren't they the same? Sorry. Why are they different? It makes no sense. All the promotion series does, if we're talking about fixing ranked anxiety, if we're talking about making people feel good about playing the game, The promotion games, the promotion shit is what causes these weird moments of like people trying extra hard and people trying not as hard. It should just be an elo system across the board, LP and MMR. It was a cool idea. Like many things at Riot Games, there's a lot of good idea fairies. Riot Light had some good ideas, and they weren't really great when you tried to execute them because people can suck. Just like right now with Season 9 positional rankings. Good idea, guess what? Internet sucks sometimes. That's all right. The same thing with the LP and MMR. It's a dated system. It makes no fucking sense. It makes games more valuable than other games. I mean, how is that? If you get a guy who's not in a promo, you're in a promo, you're trying, he's not trying because his balls itch, whatever. Why is that the case? Just make it LP and MMR. All games should have the similar weight, and it's all about the climb up. That removes these weird moments of like feeling like some games just mean more. And then if you get fucked over, you feel like dog shit, right? My favorite option, which I know would never happen, but the dictator in me, those who know that I ban relentlessly in my chat, the dictator in me, I want to nuke a hard reset of the ladder. Yes, that would screw the ladder up. But over time, if we reduce how long MMR takes to decay, we do a hard reset of the ladder, then we get to a point where the ladder, people are going to have to try more because they're not just grandfathered into ranks that they're not earning anymore. Ranked people will be trying more often, more regularly, and it won't feel as shitty to be playing ranked with people that kind of autopilot, that just grind all day, and that for many of them, they didn't even earn the rank anymore that they're sitting in. They just play a lot, and they played at the beginning of the season, and now they're literal hard stuck off of shit that they're not retaining. You know what I mean? They're not keeping that skill up. They're just going through the motions and just ruining games for people because they don't care quite as much, and it's going to take them years to demote. Well, not even years, because you keep the MMR anyways. I hope this... I really hope, now that I've explained this concept, that you share it. You know, YouTube. You share it with people. I put some time into this video, some thought into this video. I know I don't edit much. I know I don't make presentations much anymore. I'm sorry. I was kind of dividing my time between Fortnite and League, which, by the way, I'm not really playing Fortnite anymore. There you go. Double announcement. I'm pretty done with competition at this point. I'm just not good enough. I'm not passionate enough. And the game's direction's kind of whack. But yeah, that's how I feel. Anyways, thanks for watching, man, for real. I took some time out of my Saturday to put this together, so if you watched through it, thanks. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think I'm a moron? Do you think I suck? Do you think I knew by feed? That's fine. You should tell me, though, in the comments because it boosts interaction with my videos. And if you really like my stuff, you should sub because I'm still here gaming. I've been working on my Xerath gameplay and trying to get to high elo myself, even with my complaints of the ladder. Still working on it. Yeah, I mean, tell me what you think. Tell me if you think these changes would actually work. Tell me if you have any ideas that could fix the ladder. I think I covered every big one, but maybe I missed some stuff. Anyways, feels good to make a video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, share all the bullshit that YouTubers say. And, yeah, I hope to hear more from you guys soon and hopefully make some more videos for you soon. All right? Peace. Crackers, I gotta go. Love you guys. Oh, and before I go, twitch.tv/Neace. Come sub to my stream. Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime, all that stuff. That's pretty much how I get paid. I get paid for that more than the YouTube. So, it really does help. All right? Love you guys. I'm out. Peace, crackers. Gotta go. Bye.